And if through art, I can just inspire you to tap into that creativity that you hold, if through art I can give you the confidence to express yourself, if through art I can make you a little more curious, if I can pique your curiosity for you to engage as opposed to recoil, then I believe that there's a transformative effect that happens where constituents can demand more of their government. Government can be more responsive, and this social order that we have created, this thing we call democracy, can work.
At the end of the day, we're getting sucked into screens, we're getting disconnected from nature, and we're not seeing the facts and the data, and it is going to hurt millions of people in South Florida and billions around the world unless we get our act together.
But I think we want to put a spotlight in this material that is everywhere, concrete, that we take for granted, that is part of the solution towards climate change and sea level rise.
So it's about you leading and helping your community stay whole, like you do every day at this park. Just understand that it's beyond this park. So every time you look at this number 9, I want you to think of you being on a high place, on a high ground, and you just want to defend it. If this Antarctic ice that's in the backdrop melts to the elevation that's on the marker, then that means that that entire area is below sea level. So it's basically a map that tells you when this area will get flooded. The underwater isn't just about helping people understand their personal vulnerability to rising seas, but it's about trying to transform the way an industry creates the materials that hopefully will be done in a more sustainable way so that those seas don't rise as rapidly.
We know that we are ground zero for climate change, and we are setting the standard, developing actionable and scalable solutions. So this is not just art, this is action.
Everything that you see turns blue would go underwater by the end of this century, which is like at the end of your life. So we don't want this to happen, right?
We all see the same problem from very different points of view. And that is a complex issue, because what I think is the right way forward might not be what you think is the right way forward.
I learned about the work that our College of Engineering was doing with sustainable concrete, and that was unexpected.
So I think ideas are important, but translating those ideas into action is the other part of the problem.
This one right here in front of us is our very first one. This class is going to go to a park in Southwest Dade on October 10th. And they are going to join me as we throw a bucket of Biscayne Bay water on it and hope that that's the last time that this marker sees seawater. The underwater has begun those conversations. I know that the impact of the underwater, just through the press alone, but also through the participation and the scale, the amount of individuals involved, has changed the discourse on sea level rise. To work across different disciplines, to work in law and medicine and science, politics and business, to use art in the place where you stand, to use creativity and innovation in the place where you stand, so we can build a world that is more just, more equitable, a world that is more beautiful, one that isn't literally destroyed, blanketed by the pollution of our greenhouse gases, and a more loving, empathetic, caring world that understands that it's not about one individual. It's not even about that one individual's immediate family or that city or that nation state. It's about our relationship to one another across the globe, but also across time, including those people not yet born. Anyone who participates in the underwater should walk away understanding that this is their issue. But more importantly, it's an issue that they can solve. I want anyone who participates in the underwater to understand the problem, but more importantly, for them to know that they are part of the solution, and that in working in society, they can help bring about a better future.